Hello and welcome to today's video. Now I'm here in Princetown, which is in the heart of Dartmoor National Park, and Princetown itself is a quaint, very quiet little village. I say quiet, it's probably one of the hubs for walking trails from here. There's various hikes that you can do along Dartmoor National Park from here. One of them is which I'm going to do in a minute. But it's quite a nice little town here. Good to get some amenities, some hot coffee, a few nice pubs around here to get some food. Probably one of the most famous spots around here is actually Dartmoor Prison, which sits literally right in the town here. But I'm about to go on a big walk onto Dartmoor National Park to a particular area I want to get a couple of photographs on. We got some nice clear skies out today, about 40-mile-per-hour winds knocking around, but the weather's going to turn really grim. A lot of rain and dark cloud coming in, which is actually what I want. So I'm going to have a big slurp of coffee because I'm going to need it for this, and we're going to get out there and get on the moors. Let's do it. So this path coming out of Princetown, you can't miss it because it's just by where the flat roundabout is, by the National Trust, Dartmoor National Park Visitor Centre. So there's a flat little roundabout there, and you just cross the road and you join onto the path, which takes you up onto the moorland here. So it's very easy to get to. We've just got a bit of a hike now to Nuns Cross, where I'm going. But it's a beautiful day at the moment, and we're just going to get a couple of shots there and get on out of here. Some fantastic views around here. You can see all the way over to Plymouth. Kind of get back there, you can see views of the Tamar where it meets the sea at Plymouth. But yeah, it's just beautiful up here. Absolutely incredible views. But if you ever get lost or lost your way, there's a big aerial telegraph pole over there, and that will always point you in the correct distance of Princetown. So it's a really good marker to use here on Dartmoor. Wherever you see that, you know your home point. So it's just a thing to be mindful of whenever you come up to Dartmoor, because it can be easy to get disorientated up here, and it's not the place you want to get disorientated. So proper clothing, know your boundaries, know your whereabouts, and make sure you're always safe, you know. There's loads of people up this way. You're in a safe area of Dartmoor for sure. Lots of mountain bikers up here as well, actually. I'm walking on this stone path here, so a lot of mountain bikers are using this. I was thinking I should have brought my mountain bike now. Next time. So this is South Hessery Tor. It's one of the first tours you see as you come along the main path up here. This is the path I've come along. See the big aerial pole over there? That's where Princetown is. So it's a good mile, I would say, already, that. But again, the views here are just absolutely incredible. Definitely worth a couple of shots if you come up here and catch it in the right light. Just shows you, it just gives you an appreciation of how vast Dartmoor is from up at this place. It's just absolutely incredible. Again, that's what kind of gives Nuns Cross its character, and you'll see that when we get there, just how bleak and deserted the land is over there. But got another ridge to come across. Bit more of a hike to go, but it's all very flat, steady here. It's an easy walk. Right, well, that marker marks the point to a crossroads here. As I was saying earlier, this is a fantastic spot to take numerous walking trails here on Dartmoor. I'm at like a crossroads here, but just around here you can see so many of the walking paths. And the views are just absolutely incredible. I can see all the way down onto the Tamar entrance there by Plymouth. And yeah, beautiful. There are some cars parked up there, so there's probably a couple of car parking spaces up there, but the roads are really rough. Don't think I'd want to bring my car up along them. If you got a 4x4, you'll be fine. But we're slowly getting there. Probably a good 35-minute hike in at the moment, so, but it's all flat, it's nice and easy, as I was saying earlier, so slowly getting there. But just enjoying being out on Dartmoor. It's so amazing up here. Every time I come up here, it's just absolutely beautiful. There she is. Nuns Cross Farmhouse, just sat there nestled in between these two trees. We've made it. Let's get in there and get some photographs. I'm going to try and get around along some of the moorland around here, photograph it from some different angles. The sun's just up here, so get a nice bit of side light coming in, bit of cloud which is diffusing that harsh light as well. Let's get in there. Near Nuns Cross Farmhouse, a lone cross stands proudly amidst the wilderness, known colloquially as Nuns Cross, despite its true name being Cywood's Cross. Cywood's Cross served as a significant marker along the historic Abbot's Way, a 23-mile monasteric route traversing Dartmoor that the monks of Buckfastleigh relied upon to reach Tavistock Abbey, dating back to 1240. This ancient path is adorned with numerous stone crosses, weaving through the both well-trodden tracks and expansive moorland. Nuns Cross Farmhouse has become a captivating subject for photographers. Nestled amidst the solitude of the moorland, casting an eerie and dramatic ambience in images. The desolate surroundings and seclusion create an otherworldly allure. The wrath of the elements with dramatic clouds and heavy rain only enhances the mystique of this forsaken farmhouse. I've got my first nice composition lying up here. I've got this nice old farmhouse wall kind of leading into the image. I've got some nice light coming down now. This cloud is just really diffusing that light. It's starting to come in and out now, the light, but it's really nice, just this leading line coming up into the shot. You've got the two trees nestled either side of the farmhouse over there, and I think that just makes for a really nice, quite a nice image. Certainly in portraiture orientation. Okay, so we've got a nice composition here. I'm incorporating the Nuns Cross into this image, and I'm just creating a bit of separation between the tree and the house. So the cross will actually be in between them. So I'm creating like equal distances between the two trees, the house and the cross. Makes for a nice composition. And I'm probably going into about 70 mil there, just so I can incorporate the cross and the house in the distance more into the image. So it just compresses that image so the house doesn't seem so far away. Just playing with different compositions here really. And I want to get a little bit low because I don't want the path in the image really. I want to try and keep it as like natural as possible. So I'm just taking neat. There it is. A lot more spookier when you see it from the front. And this old rickety gate here, you know, pretty freaky. All the boards covering the windows. Pretty scary looking place, isn't it? Gonna get that with a sheep in it. Quite a nice photo of that. Get the tree and the sheep. Just about got it before that other one went in. Let's try and get another one. Yes. Yeah, this is a classic shot to get this one. God, look at these clouds coming in. Beautiful. It's a classic shot to get this. With the gate and the tree. I try and use the gate as kind of like the central point to the house and the tree. Just makes quite a nice composition. Portraiture orientation always works well for this. It's a nice shot to get. Again, in just like some different conditions, bit of moody conditions, makes for a really great shot. But just exploring this area here, you've got some nice little hills, little mounds, should I say, just to stand on and create some different compositions. Hearing the snow would be good as well. It'd be cool to come here when the snow's knocking around. But again, pretty dangerous place to come if there's a lot of snowfall knocking around. I mean, you are just completely out in the wilderness here. It's just an amazing structure just to be here by itself. I mean, earlier there was people around here, but no one's here now because they know a bit of bad weather's coming in. But look at this. It's cool. Make quite a nice panoramic shot that as well. I might try that now. That's my next shot I'm going to do. Let's do it. Really great shot to get that, just off the corner wall here. Now I'm trying to take a bit more of the sky out, a bit, that grey sky is proper coming in now, a bit blue, but just like something like this here, just in my shot. Really nice. And I've got the little sheep in there as well, and he's tucked in there absolutely perfectly at the moment. Munching on a nice bit of grass. Really cool shot to get that actually. In portraiture orientation there and landscape orientation, I'm going there. So believe it or not, you could actually rent this place out and stay there tonight. There's several bunks. I think I could sleep up to 30 plus people. There's a little kitchen in there which you can cook some food, some gas bottles around the side which they provide for you. But the place is actually owned by a local school now. I know the Dartmoor National Park rescue team use it sometimes as like a base when they're out probably practicing or using it as to go and rescue people. It's like a kind of like safe refuge area because it's the only shelter for, well, the nearest place is Princetown, which is a good 40-minute hike, which we just done. So, but it'd be pretty cool to stay there. I certainly wouldn't want to stay there by myself for the night, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool experience. So yeah, you can look into it online if you want to stay there, if you're brave enough. Okay, so this is working out really well. I think I've timed it absolutely perfectly coming up here. I've just come up here when this bad weather's starting to turn in. But I'm going to play it safe and I'm going to get back on that path. And what I want to do is head up on the ridge over there and see if we can get some different compositions of the farmhouse from up there, really. But again, these conditions at the moment without that light just really adds to the dramatic scenery around here. It's a brilliant time to photograph it. So yeah, let's get up there and see what we can do. So I've just come up the path a bit more, just up to that hill as we said. And yeah, again, you just get so much of appreciation up here of just how vast this landscape is. It's absolutely incredible. Still a bit of blue sky knocking around, but that is really getting pushed out now because we've got some big dramatic clouds really pushing our way. The winds are really picking up, and from here you just get some really great shots. Mainly I'm using my 24-70, which this is the lens I've had the whole time on since I've been left Princetown. But I'm going to get my 70-200 out in a minute and just see what we can get for some shots like that. More zoomed in, different focal lengths, just experimenting a little bit. But from here I really love the tall grass that you've got here, and it's blowing in the wind. Almost looks like you've got some little bumps in the grass all the way down, which just leads into the image. I quite like that texture in the landscape. But yeah, just really nice. You know, sometimes it gets real tough to actually find the inspiration to come up to Dartmoor, and just thinking it's gonna, sometimes it can be quite hard work, but when you get up here it's just absolutely beautiful. I just love it. It's just, we're so lucky here in Devon to have such an incredible place like this, and to have places like Exmoor as well, Exmoor National Park, which gets a lot overshadowed I think by Dartmoor. But Dartmoor is an absolutely incredible place, got so much history behind it as well. And Nuns Cross here is becoming such an iconic landscape place here on Dartmoor. It's been used by so many photographers over the years. Even I've seen it on front covers of books. If somebody writes like a horror story about kind of like tales from Devon, sometimes you might notice that the nun's house is actually on the front cover. Also, I know that Steven Spielberg, when he filmed War Horse, he actually used this area in the film. I mean, again, if it's good enough for Spielberg, then, you know, that's saying something. All right, so 70 to 200 time. Just going to try and experiment with some different focal lengths past the 70mm, which I've been using on my other lens. So where are we there? About 135 plus in there. I'm really taking the sky out of the image here as well. I'm just mainly focusing on the landscape. That's a great thing about the 70 to 200 lens. You can really pinpoint and pick details out of the landscape. You can just find different compositions. Really nice having the farm animals in the shot as well, with the sheep roaming. Got a shot there, 200mm. About f11, focusing on the house, bang. Alright, so that worked out pretty well from up here, along the path. You get some really nice shots of the house. I definitely think you want to be able to see more the front of the house, if anything, so you want to walk up enough and go off the path a little bit just to get that face of the house into the shot. Because I think that really just adds a nice bit of texture, and it just shows you the character of the house. So, but we're going to head back down now and head towards Princetown again, and just see if we can, my eye catches so any compositions along this way. I definitely want to get some more shots of the cross incorporated into the house now there's dramatic clouds coming in. You can see how heavy it's getting, or how dramatic it's getting from behind me there. So really cool when it's like this. But Dartmoor is not the place to be to get caught out in really bad weather, and there is some really heavy rainfall coming in. Not too worried about the rain. I've got waterproofs and all that, but quite a long, we're a good 45-minute hike I would say to Princetown from here, so I want to start probably making our way back a little bit. But again, I'm so happy with the shots I've got today. Looking good. Yeah, definitely a lot moodier now, look, than what it was earlier, with a bit of blue sky knocking around. Just using these trees, these grass here, the little gap in between. I've got the house in between that gap. Nice separation between the cross and the trees. Trying to find the right balance here of foreground, midground, and going to add a bit more sky into the image just because there is a bit more drama in the clouds there. But for me, that makes a really nice shot. Got a nice shot there with the sheep either side of the trail on the path. You see the path all running up there. Makes a nice shot that. This one's keeps looking at me. I think he's going to charge at me in a minute. I kind of get that feeling. He's freaking me out a little bit. But he's got big horns, the one down there. Got a massive coat on him as well. Probably needs it being up in this. I reckon that makes a really nice shot just to end this trip. God, it's worked out well with that. Slowly getting there. Gone past the Tor. And this big area up here is getting closer, so slowly getting back into Princetown now. Feels a lot longer coming back than what it did going. These sheep are keeping a close eye on me. Ooh. They don't seem to be that spooked by me, to be honest. Look at this one. They do make for a nice photograph in this environment. All right, I'm going. Look at him. He's staring at me. He's thinking, you've got your photos, now it's time for you to leave. So, and I'm not going to argue with him. We made it back in Princetown. So that's taken me about 3 hours to get from the car park to Nuns Cross, get my photos, and get back here to Princetown. And yeah, God, look how quiet it is. It's like a ghost town. But there's plenty of pubs here to choose from, where you can get a nice hot meal, like a nice steak pie with mash and lashings of gravy. Perfect after a nice hike onto Dartmoor, probably washed down with a nice pint of Dartmoor ale if that's your thing. So yeah, it really is an absolutely fantastic walk to do and a place to go and photograph, so I highly recommend it. And yeah, I'm going to head back now to home, get warm, get a nice hot drink and a nice hot meal, and get these pictures ready to post on this video. And all the pictures that I share today, I'll share at the end, which will be coming right up now. And if you've enjoyed today and you enjoy watching me on my crazy adventures, go and check out my other YouTube videos, and I will see you on the next adventure. See you later.